All right, man. Boo!
Uh,
Hey, man. Lovely guest on today, Aydan Gideon-Hope.
yes, sir.
Uh, Amir, so Aydan and Zach watched the podcast. You know Zach Rosenthal, Amir.
Yeah, absolutely.
They watched the podcast. They had a bet who could get on first. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I didn't entertain it, so I flipped a coin, and Aydan was heads, and it was heads. So
Yeah, Zach is not happy about this.
yeah, but he'll be on next, bro. He'll be on next.
Yeah,
we
he
we
will,
get
hopefully.
Zach on next. We get him on next.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, yo, you know he won an intramural championship, Amir? Money Team One soccer.
No.
Yeah.
Who,
Yeah.
who was on their team?
McLean, let's see,
McLean.
Caesar joined them. Uh, who else they have? They had this freshman goalkeeper from club soccer. Ben, you know Ben from club.
Ben. Who
I'm not
Ben?
gonna say his nickname. I'm not gonna.
Who BG? Oh, Ben. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know Ben. See, I know people by nicknames. I don't really know. I know guys by nicknames. I don't really
Ben is
know.
part of the nickname, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Anyway, nevertheless, bro, happy to have Aiden on today. Uh,
absolutely.
yeah, bro, where are you coming from? Where were you just?
Me, I had an admissions
Oh, shit.
info session before, and then I had a meeting for a class afterwards, and then kind of rushed my way over here. Hopefully, I didn't keep you guys waiting for too long.
Oh, bro, you're chilling.
But yeah,
We were always just chilling on the Zoom, bro. Bro, we haven't recorded in like a week and a half, so we had to catch up.
really, you guys do this weekly typically?
Yeah, we
Try to. Yeah, that's
That's
our
yeah,
respect.
that's our
Love
plan.
that.
we
I
gotta
have
go.
a quick question before we get into it.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
What is that thing next to you? Is that an instrument? What?
Right here?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my cello. That's my cello. Yes, sir.
Play cello?
I used to, back in the day before college, I played in like the Boston Youth Symphony Orchestra program. So there are
Bro,
like four or five orchestras. And then obviously there's the highest level BYS and the lowest level. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, so I was a part of this thing called Intensive Community Program. It was essentially just like a way to get more people of color into sort of the orchestra world and the orchestra landscape and the classical landscape. So yeah, I've been playing cello since I was six, I think, and then I stopped
that's
once I got to
crazy.
college. But yeah, still have it here.
That's sick.
Wow. So you
Wow.
didn't fully stop. You still play it sometimes.
Yeah, I played every once in a while, but I don't play for an orchestra or a group anymore. So
Bro, I was at a trivia night last night,
yeah,
and one of the questions was like something like what's the most famous or what's known to be the best or something like that, symphony or orchestra in like the world or country, and it was Boston Symphony Orchestra.
yeah,
So that's like
yeah.
big time program, dude.
Yeah, but Boston Symphony is the professionals, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, it's a very big musical world, I'd say, in
Yeah.
Boston for sure.
Yeah. That's wild, bro. That's sick.
Yeah,
All right, bro, let's get right into it. Quote of the day. It's from William Lyon Phelps, who I don't actually know, but I really like the quote. The final test of a gentleman is his respect for those who can be of no possible service to him, which I feel like I've heard before, but maybe in a different wording. Um, so for the philosophy segment, which is funny because I feel like a lot of the time, what's the third segment's the debate. We've kind of like morphed into just like continuing the philosophy segment a lot of the time.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, but we have a little bit of a debate today. So for the philosophy segment, all right, so how do you guys go about being yourself when literally everyone, and this kind of gets into like what we were talking about the other day, and
yeah,
like how do you go about being yourself when everyone else in the world is different than you? And like how do you know that you're staying true to yourself when you kind of do have to like somewhat like you don't want to just like be like an absolute outsider. You want to like be able to relate to people. So like how do you guys know like you're still being true to yourself, even though if you're like sharing interests with people, doing similar things to others? stuff of that sort.
Man, that's a good question. Um, First and foremost, at least for me, and I was kind of talking to Hayden about this before. It's definitely been tough. Like it's hard to do. But I think the biggest thing is really just focusing on sort of just like how you are away from people and like the thoughts that you're having away from people. That's kind of like the first step for me. Just in terms of getting a better understanding of myself. And then from then on, man, like honestly just trying to do my best at presenting those thoughts and those feelings in sort of a bigger setting. And as I've gotten older, I've become way more aware of my thoughts, I'd say. And so just trying to say, okay, you know what? I may not agree with the way people are going about a certain thing, so I'm just gonna step away from it. Or I may not say anything in the moment, but I'm not gonna partake in it, and I might say something afterwards. Uh, so to kind of answer the first part of your question, I think that's a big thing. But I've also seen like a lot of those, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like those social media edits and stuff where it's like you want to be the Waldo or you want to be like the red dot with a bunch of and like sort of like the with the white dots or whatever. And that's kind of like something that I'm trying to become more comfortable with, I guess. But I'm curious about the way you guys think about that.
Bro, that's so interesting. Amir, do you want to go or can I?
You could go first, then I can go. But
Bro,
that's
so
very that's interesting.
yeah, first one, that was great, dude. I love the idea of really just like as long as your thoughts and emotions are your own, like you have like complete control over that. That's what matters. And making those, being comfortable making those known to others.
Yeah.
Um, as for the Waldo and the, oh, sorry. As for the Waldo and for the like, I don't know. So there's this like whole him thing, like the whole like I'm him, be like him.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we talked about this, right? Didn't was it that
A
we
little
talked
bit.
briefly?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm just not sold on like I think that's different than the Waldo thing you're talking about. I think the him thing is like you shouldn't like feel like you need to be like different than everyone else, or you need to be like special or like better, especially not better. But I agree with what you're saying that like you should feel comfortable being different than everyone else, and you should
Yeah.
feel comfortable like um like standing out and not just going with the crowd. Like we were talking about the other day, it's like if you don't agree with something, like don't be afraid to like don't worry about other people's opinion of you by like saying how you truly feel about something. Um, so yeah, I think that I do think now that I think about it, like the being the Waldo, trying to be the Waldo in a good sense would be like trying to feel comfort in being different, but not just like I need to be like better than everyone else, which is what we were talking about being like kind of an unhealthy mindset. But yeah, what do you think, Amir?
This is deep, man. Very deep. But see, I take these long pauses, Aiden. I take these long pauses.
I like that. That means you're being thoughtful.
Exactly, man.
I'm trying, man, but it's just deep. But
Either that or he's spacing out, bro.
I think, like, when it comes to being yourself, I think you just are in a way, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't think you really have to try to be any, like, you just are in a lot of ways that you act. Going back to like what Aiden said, like when you're by yourself and some of the thoughts that come into your head, like you're not like you just are, like it's kind of a flow state. But I also believe that when it comes to being yourself, that come back to me.
Wait, no,
Okay.
I'll say something.
Um,
I really like that idea. Like you kind of just are different. That's a good point. And I think maybe like rather than like maybe we're like all Waldos in a way. So like it's important to accept like maybe it's more like how they say snowflakes, like every single one is different no matter like how many.
Yeah.
It's like important to recognize that like as much as you're going to relate to other people in certain ways, there's never going to be a certain person that like everything lines up, you
Yeah.
know? And like I don't even know how that would go if like I met someone that was exactly or like super similar to me. I don't even know if we'd like get along very well. Who knows?
You
Oh,
know, so you brought something up. Oh, you want to go Amir first?
No, no, you go first, and then
All
I'll go.
right, I just want to say, so you brought something up, Hayden, that I actually not only appreciated, but I feel is very relevant to a recent conversation I had with Leah, my girlfriend. Sort of like this idea of you shouldn't have to try to be different than other people. Like you can kind of just be yourself, like Amir was saying. And I think for me, like I've definitely come into a certain I've come into certain situations where I kind of went out of my way to be different. And the best example I have is with food. I had this thing for a long time in my life where if I had something that I wanted and I ordered it and then somebody else ordered the same thing, I'd immediately want to switch what I wanted because I was just like, I want to be different. Like I have to get something different. And it's funny because she brought it up to me. She's like, like if you want something or like if you think a certain type of way and somebody agrees with you, that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. And so bringing it all back to sort of like the snowflake and just like being yourself and how it's kind of just something that you do. I think that's real. And like sometimes we all just have to kind of accept the fact that there are a lot of similarities and there are going to be a lot of differences and it doesn't necessarily matter how that actually presents itself as long as you understand at the end of the day that you're just kind of being your authentic self. And so I really like that you guys both said that. Yeah.
No, absolutely. That's brilliant, though. That's brilliant. That's funny, like the example with food, you know. You order something, you want to change it because somebody else had that. I
Yeah.
remember I was like that, like with shoes. Like in Bermuda, I live in a small place, so everybody like buys their clothes from like the same place. And if like somebody had your outfit on, you'd be upset. Like you'd be like, "What? Like I don't want to look like you," you know? So absolutely.
yeah, that is like a thing. I've always been interested by that. Like, I think what we're realizing is there's like a certain like balance between like being comfortable being yourself, but not like needing to like be different in ways. And like
Yeah.
when it comes to, I mean, like you got Aiden, have you taken any philosophy class?
Outside of philosophy of law, no.
I was yeah. So like Amir probably knows like when you're in class, you're talking about like certain philosophers and these guys are like from, I mean some of them are recent, but like a lot of them like we're reading from like a long time ago, like hundreds of years ago, and these guys are like the almost like the first to like present these ideas, like basic ideas, like basis ideas, I guess. And like it can be like some people in class like really just like don't want to like align with a certain person, it seems. It's almost like they want to make sure that they're different or that they have their own like no way that my thoughts are the same as someone else's. Like, and I almost think that's like a comfort thing. Like it's weird to think that like everything I've thought someone would have already thought before, you know? And I just think it's important that you recognize like you do have your own thoughts and like no one is like having the exact same trajectory that you are. And so you don't have to like try to like be different or anything. Like if you truly like love like what some certain philosopher says, like there's nothing wrong with just like really aligning with that one philosopher and like not having to like be different. So I think there's just like, I mean, in a lot of things we talk about, like there's like a balance you have to find.
My question would be, why do human beings crave to be different? Like, why do we want to be different than the other person? What
Oh,
do we
that's a good
get from
question.
being different? What do we get from being so different from other people?
I would say one thing is like there could be maybe, I don't know, this is just me. I think this is a really good question. Maybe like spitballing is like maybe we don't we naturally like don't we want to be ourselves and like we don't want to be other people. So with that, like we don't want to feel like we're just like another random person in the world and like that could almost make us feel like our life is like has no meaning in a way. Like we're just like a sheep in the herd.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and I think this can in some ways be a double-edged sword. but I think a lot of people just like to stand out. And like in the context of relationships, like if they're, I think this is a thing with birds, like they have to do like these dances and stuff like that for mating practices and stuff. But if there are 10 guys that look exactly the same, and then there's 11 guys that looks differently, hopefully that 11th guy is the one that's getting noticed. Or if uh, five people in a class have the same answer and the sixth person has a different answer, hopefully that person's being noticed. But then on the flip side, I think that can also sometimes lead to why a lot of people may not necessarily want to be different in some retrospects, and that being they don't want to stand out at all. They don't want people to notice them. They don't want to have that extra attention for whatever reason. Um, and so yeah, that's kind of my initial thought on that.
Hmm. Yeah, because like we said, there's people on both ends. Like some people really don't want to be different. Some people really just want to
Yeah.
and not be noticed. And I guess it just comes from the insecurity of the opposite. Like it comes from the worry that if you get noticed, like people aren't gonna like what they notice about you or
Yeah,
something. And like if you don't if you want to be noticed, then like you're worried you're just blending in with the crowd and too much. So I guess with every worry there comes like the opposite like effort.
definitely.
Wait, did you watch this? Was that in philosophy of law? We watched that bird, the dancing mating practice. What was that? What class was that in? Did you watch that in the class?
I don't think so. No.
I just watched a video on that recently. I don't remember what it was in, but
Yeah, no idea.
sorry, Hazel's love was going crazy. All right, well, we want to take a little break, get into the sports section. We have a few things we could talk about. Um, since Amir's not in the fantasy league, I mean, me and Aiden are playing in fantasy this week, but
Wait, Aiden,
next,
are you a Patriots fan?
Technically, yeah, but I don't really keep up with football that much into the playoffs. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
bro,
But
this
technically, yeah.
guy. Well,
I
we're gonna be in the
feel
playoffs this year, bro. So,
Are we? That's good.
bro, we're 9. We have the best record in the NFL, bro.
Really? That's crazy. You're a big Drake May guy, right?
Yeah, huge.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Amir, you coming back, bro?
mm-mm. I don't even want to talk about the Patriots. I just had to ask if Aiden was a Patriots fan, man.
Are you not a Patriots fan, I'm
Used to
assuming?
be.
I
Patriots
used
hater?
I used to be, but like we won too much, you know? Like
I
Don't
feel
say
that.
we anymore, bro. You
I feel
need
that.
I'm really a Masshole, if that makes any sense. Like I grew up in Mass, you know, so it's like
Yeah.
I have to show respect.
he's a Ravens fan now.
I like that.
How are the Ravens right now?
Terrible.
Don't have to talk about that right now. Like
But Lamar's been out. He was out for a bit, so that
No,
plays a big
exactly. No, you guys
factor.
are 5-5 now, bro. Wow. 4-game win streak.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
bro. Yeah.
I'm saying humble. We got a long way to
Bro, you
go.
guys are in a terrible division. You'll probably win the division, bro.
We got a long way to go. We got to keep our head down, you know?
Just do the
Um,
work.
yo,
Yeah,
but I was thinking we can talk about base basketball.
absolutely.
Have you played any games yet?
Oh yeah, we can totally. We've played 3 games so far.
What?
Um,
Really?
yeah, yeah, man. It's going quick. We got our next game on Sunday too, but I mean, I think two of the teams that we played, we were just either a lot better. I think yeah, we are just a lot better than, to be
Yeah.
frank. And I think it was good for the guys to kind of get a better understanding of how to play with each other. Some of the rotations that they're comfortable with, some of the rotation that we got to get better at defensively, and just like what offensive schemes people are comfortable with, what things we got to get better at. And there was another game that we played, Plymouth State, where it was a really close game throughout, and we were honestly down for a little bit of time. And I think it was one of those moments
Yeah.
that was very beneficial for us because in the past, our team definitely struggled in close games and typically would lose a lot of close games. But this was a situation where I think, we started to get a better understanding of how to approach close game situations, especially when we're trailing late. So yeah, I think it's a very promising year for us. It's going to be good too because the competition's only going to go higher and higher. But at the end of the day, everything's just preparation for NESCAC play, as you guys both probably know, actually. So at the end of the day, like we're just trying to focus on how we can improve so that we're putting ourselves in the best situation or the best position possible to make the tournament, NESCAC tournament. So yeah,
Nice, bro. Yeah, no,
yes,
that was,
sir.
dude, crazy score against Anna Maria College. I mean,
Yeah. It's nuts.
that's insane. Did you get in this game?
Nah, I was sick. I
Oh,
would have.
really?
Everyone played. Yeah, I was sick. I had strep.
Oh,
I've been dealing with strep for a while. Yeah, so
Wow.
forgot about that, bro. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm all good now.
Yeah, it looked like no one even played a lot. Like the starters, like
No,
not
no,
even.
no, no. The game wasn't close at all,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Bro,
Wait, are
that's
you doing track as well this year, Aiden? Or
Yeah, I'm doing track in the spring, which is
really, bro.
it's gonna be crazy because I haven't run in a while, but
okay.
I mean, you're playing
yeah, I'm
basketball.
definitely excited. Yeah, it's different though. It's
I
so
know it is.
different.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like
is
coming out of
different.
blocks, but I'm excited for sure. And regardless of how I perform, I think it's just gonna be a good year for the team as a whole. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. Two sports is crazy.
I know, dude. I was
Yeah.
even like one, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a kid on the soccer team, CB, Chris Bianco,
Yeah,
who's
that's right.
playing soccer and then now he's playing basketball. And he's actually been playing a lot.
Oh,
Or he's been playing really well in practice. And so um
Yeah,
yeah, and he was a second team all NESCAC for soccer. So
jeez.
he's been running around. So
yeah, that
I
is.
think that's even harder than what I'm doing to be completely honest with you. So respect to him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking. Yeah, he got in the game.
Yeah, he played a little bit. I think he's gonna be good. He like really knows how to use his body and he's quick. Using that soccer explosiveness for sure. Because he plays up top for
Yeah,
the soccer team. So yeah, he's quick.
dude, that's like, bro. I feel like, do you like the always having a sport type of like? You've had a sport basically. You've been. I feel like have you had a full semester at Bates ever where you didn't have where you weren't like playing a sport?
My freshman year,
Full
um,
first semester or what?
no, it was the opposite. So I was a double walk on, so I didn't get recruited for either sport. I came to Bates thinking I was gonna play basketball. Wasn't really good enough yet. Ended up meeting some track guys, joined the track team, got injured first week of January and then didn't compete for the rest of the year. And so my second semester, I was pretty much just chilling. Not really like I didn't go to practices, I didn't do anything. And
That's it.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was
it's nice.
you got hurt sophomore year. I remember. No?
I've gotten hurt every year,
Oh, I'm
just
sorry.
in different ways. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, dude. Well, no, it's impressive, bro. That's time management.
yes,
It is
sir.
nice. It's a nice like routine to have. It's,
Definitely.
all right, well, let's get into we got 6 minutes left. Let's get into final
Crazy
segment.
how time flies, man.
I
Yeah,
know.
it goes quick.
Yeah.
Insane.
Um, all right, so we talked about like, being yourself when everyone else is different. How do you go about doing that? Also, like along those same lines, how much do you let your life and like your traditions, your tendencies be affected by other people? So like how much do you let other people play a role in like your decision making? And like do you feel there's a right amount? Do you feel it kind of depends on the person? Yeah, how do you guys go about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely depends on the person. For me, I'd say in college in particular, I've definitely sort of allowed for other people to, in ways, dictate how I approach my life and like the activities I'm doing and stuff like that, just because, we're in sort of a setting where we're around these people all the time. As I've gotten older though, so like I'd say this year, but also I think this is how I'm gonna think post grad. Like a lot of it's really just gonna be kind of doing what I want, and just like not really letting people dictate as much. Especially just because I'm not going to be around as many people on a day-to-day basis. Um, but I really think that, your preference on that is just dependent on the person. Like some people really get a lot of their energy from other people, and other people like would prefer to be by themselves or maybe keep it into a really, really small circle. So yeah, it definitely just depends.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's like, yeah, I think it definitely depends on the person, how you want to orient your life.
Yeah.
Like, how some people really like just live in.
Did we lose him?
We lost him.
Oh man.
We lost him. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Like just I think for me, like my freshman year, like just being around like the soccer team and around the guys, like it was more
Right, right.
influencing the decisions. Yeah, you're back, Big H?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. You go
You
ahead.
Yeah,
wanna
we lost you. We lost you.
Where'd you lose me at?
I don't at the beginning, man. You just froze.
All right, so basically, I was saying like, some people live their life like very, just like wanted to do their own thing and just not too much of a plan or like, taking it day by day, year by year. But I'd say I do let like people, especially like family, girlfriend, like friends, like I let everyone play like somewhat of a role in my life. And like, especially I think as I like get older, I'll actually like once I have kids, like basically everything I do is going to be for them. Um, and so like in that way, especially when you're not only providing for a person, but literally like raising them and you're like, so like I think some decisions and my parents always like inspired me in high school to like, follow my passions and do what I want to do. And I think you can keep that going. You just have to also think if you like practically about like the way how much you affect other people's lives. And like for example, like having kids that you're like everything to them. So like you affect their life greatly. And my parents have done so much for me that I want to, take into account that I affect them as well. And yeah, so I'd say, I keep my same passions and motivations and, what I want to do, but also what I want to do is, provide for people and, have loving relationships.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you articulated that well. I like that. Completely agree.
But what were you saying, Amir, before I glitched out?
Absolutely. Yeah, Aiden and I was just telling Aiden that like my freshman year, like just being like around the team and around the guys, like kind of influenced some of the things that like I was doing, which was good. Like, it was cool, but I wanted to take more autonomy over like I guess like my life and the things that I wanted to do. And like when I came to that realization, I feel like it was just much better, like just being the captain of your ship. So that's something that I appreciate. So
Yeah, I feel that.
Totally, bro. Yeah, it's an interesting vibe with like friendships because, all of us, I think, value family a lot. And that's kind of like easy to say, like, how much family means to us. But it's interesting to like almost like weigh like a friendship and how much you want it to like how much you like care about someone will also like dictate how much you will like change your life for them or like change your
Yeah.
priorities. Like for example, the other day, like I had to go to the like pick up my car at the mechanic and Hazel was in class and I asked one of my roommates randomly and he was like, "Oh yeah, of course." And it was like no thought. And
Yeah.
that's just like an example. It's like when you like care about someone, it'll kind of, alter your life in little ways for them.
100%.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it's about to end soon. Thank you so much for
I
coming on, Abe.
appreciate you guys having me. This is a great
absolutely.
conversation. I love this.
Yeah,
Thank
bro.
you.
You're a busy guy. I'm lucky enough to still get more time with you at Bates, bro. So next
Amir, you
semester.
got to come up. You got to come up a little bit. Come on.
Trust me, I'm coming up in May. I'll be up in May.